Hey guys, before we begin this very special Q&A episode of the Music is Win podcast, I want to tell you about the sponsor of our show, AudioBlocks. They're bringing you a triple bundle, which is audio, video, and high-resolution imagery, all royalty-free for one low price of $149. All you have to do is go to audioblocks.com/musiciswin to sign up for your annual subscription. That's AudioBlocks. audioblocks.com/musiciswin. And now, let's start the show.
It's Q&A time. It's Q&A time. It's Q&A time.
You got that Q? I got that A.
Oh, did you forget about that little zesty
I
introduction?
was so confused. I was like, what is this?
I love confusing you.
It's the special Q&A show.
Exactly. And
we throw in one every
can you guys guess what happens on
every
this
month.
show? I don't hear you. Oh, wait. They're not going to answer me. This is where we answer your questions. Bethany put out a tweet. I retweeted that tweet, and I put it out on YouTube using that little community feature.
It's almost like you have someone telling you and helping you to do that.
It's an amazing thing that I have.
Called
not a thing, a human.
a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bethany helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is going to just go so smoothly. So we picked a bunch of your questions. Thanks for sending those in.
Did you pick out the best ones?
Well, there were so many. It was hard to go through them all.
How do you choose?
I don't know. I just go with what I think will be interesting to discuss because a lot of the questions I get kind of the same ones over and over. Like, how long have you been playing guitar? Are you in a band?
We
I think
talked
we've
about
already
that
talked about this.
last
This is like
week.
deja vu. Anyways, hopefully I got to your question, but if not, there will be future episodes. Q&A time. Let's get started. Do you want to read the first one?
Sure.
Okay. So this first batch is Twitter questions.
So John Osborne asks you, are you willing to compromise on the looks of a guitar if it plays exceptional, or compromise on playability for looks? I know as a fellow PRS guy, we don't have to compromise, but other brands.
Oh. I will never compromise if I don't like what the guitar looks like.
Really?
It's just, I'm not going to play an ugly guitar. I
We
can't.
kind of talked about this the other day, though.
What did we say?
Well, I can't. It's kind of secret. I can't really say.
Okay, we
But
won't
we were
say that.
talking about brands,
Okay.
and you were like, "Well, I do like this one brand, but the guitar, I don't like the way the guitar looks." But it was your.
I wonder who I was talking about.
But you said if you got sponsored by them, you weren't sure if you would take the sponsorship or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about sponsorship or endorsement necessarily. I care about, because I have
What
my
you
own,
like.
Yeah, I care about what I like. I have to be able to do I'm a YouTube person. I'm an educator first, and then the brand thing comes afterwards if it's beneficial for both. But with all that said, I can't.
But we've got to eat though too.
Yeah, we gotta eat. But yeah, I can't eat an ugly guitar. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. If it's the greatest playing guitar in the world, I'll find something that's not the greatest, but
So it
kind of
has
close.
to look good and
Yeah.
play good,
Right.
which is what PRS.
Well, PRS Fender. I've never been huge on the Gibsons, not necessarily for the looks, but just the playability isn't quite there for me. But I haven't played all the Gibsons. I don't know. Ibanez is great. It all.
So those are your top picks.
Sure, you could say that.
Okay.
My nice new Dan Electro. Shout out to those guys. Yeah, that's the answer.
Kyle Noel says, oh, it's all caps. Best way to keep strings from rusting?
No, that's not all caps. Say
Oh,
it like it's all
okay.
caps. Come on.
Best way to keep strings from rusting?
Whoa.
Was that better?
I would have said, best way to keep them from rusting. Or if you want to fool everybody, best way to keep strings from rusting. This is getting weird. The best way to keep your guitar strings from rusting is to change them. You silly fool.
How often do you have to change your guitar strings?
It depends on how often you play. I change mine like once a month. That's about standard.
That seems reasonable.
But I also have multiple guitars that I play, so it might be sooner than that.
It's kind of like your makeup brushes.
Right. Wait. I thought you were going to say something normal, and then you said that.
You said right immediately.
I know. Wait, what did you say? Makeup brush?
Yeah.
Oh.
It depends on how much you use it.
I said that like I knew.
I know. Tyler, what are you doing in your spare time?
Making up. Yeah, just change your strings. If they're rusting, then they're old. Change them. And if they're
Best strings?
best strings.
Best strings?
I use Elixirs. Even though they haven't sent me even one free pack in their entire...
Didn't we take
my
one
entire
at a NAMM
existence.
show?
Oh, yeah. So I have gotten one free pack of Elixirs. But
They're
for
like,
the amount
oh,
of,
wait, we know you. Take one.
for the amount of publicity I've given them, come on, Elixir.
Yeah.
Hook a brother up. Okay, what is next? The Klein Guild?
Yes. He says, oh, it's to me. At Bethlar07. If you could be any mythical creature, what would you be? This is a great question.
What mythical creature?
Well, there are several options
Yes.
that I would choose from. That'd be awesome if I could like switch around if needed.
Well, what's this number one choice?
Number one, of course, would be an elf. Because
An elf?
people always say I look like an elf
Why would you want to be that?
because they have cool ears and long hair and they're really smart and they have magical powers and usually they don't ever die. However, backup would be a mermaid
Ooh, I like that one.
or a dragon.
Ooh, those are both good. Would you be like a dragon that
Or maybe a centaur.
centaurs? I've never heard of a female centaur.
Oh, so it's not allowed.
I don't know if it's not allowed, but
It seems
I can't
like it
think
would
of
be
one.
funny to be one of those.
Would you be a dragon that hoards gold, like Lord of the Rings style, or would you be a nice dragon, like in How to Train a Dragon or whatever?
Puff
that
the
movie?
Magic Dragon.
Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, that's a special kind of dragon.
Rolling around in gold sounds kind of nice. I'll be that.
Yeah.
And fire away at people who try to steal it.
You would roast people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good. I like mermaid the best out of those choices.
Really?
Yeah, because you're already kind of like a mermaid.
Ooh, how about a siren?
Ooh.
Then I could lure the guys and then kill them.
What do they do? They sing? They go.
Come to me.
Come to my island, children. Oh wait, men. Yeah, you'd be a good siren as well.
Very. There's just so many options.
So, okay, what's next?
Joe says, "What's your opinion on percussive/slap based guitar techniques, like what Tosin Abasi uses? Some people love it and think it's innovative and cool, but some people hate it and think it belongs on bass guitars exclusively for some reason. Love your podcast, BTW."
My opinion on percussive slap-based guitar techniques is that it's really cool.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
like ding 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 like that.
I actually I put this question in because I thought it was interesting that he said some people hate it and thinks it belongs on bass guitars exclusively. Who thinks that?
Well, maybe some people think that.
I've never. I mean,
Drummers? Do drummers think that?
no. I mean, anybody who does think that is a moron.
Knows nothing, Jon Snow.
Because basically when people what I've learned is that when people say they hate something, they hate quotes hate something or they bash
They usually
something.
hate themselves.
I wasn't going to say that, but that's probably true. I was going to say they can't understand it or can't do it in this case. So, you know, people are afraid of what they can't understand. So,
Isn't so
Joe,
is-
what were you going to say?
Sorry.
I was about to make my big
sorry.
exclamation.
Sorry, tell Joe.
If you want to learn how to do that on guitar, don't let anybody tell you it's stupid because it's not,
Ha.
dude.
I was gonna say, Is what he's talking about like Mike Dawes, who we saw at
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Nashville?
You think that's stupid?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Have
and
you
like
guys
Andy McKee.
have you
and
guys
stuff
checked
like
out
that.
Mike Dawes? Do people know about him?
I-
We saw
I-
him live in Nashville last summer, and I was blown
I think
away.
it was at NAMM.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't at NAMM, but it was at.
It was like a NAMM.
It was a little
thing.
restaurant venue
Right.
on the
Right.
side. But anyways,
So yeah, it's sweet. May Music says, "What do you recommend doing and or learning before attending music college?" I recommend taking Guitar Super System, my course, because that's what I made it for. I made it for people who want to go to music college and or can't ever go but want to still get the info.
plug it in, plug it in.
What's that?
You know, like you're plugging in your course.
I'm plugging it. Yeah, but no, it is. I wish I had it when I was at school.
But really though,
It was just really get it. I wish I had it as it's like a perfect complement to students who are in higher education curriculums, or if you want to, in lieu of music college.
I know
what
that's
it's
how you
for.
got started with all of your guitar courses. You were like, I want to make something for people who,
like the thing that I wish that I had.
right, that you wished you had.
But the actual answer to the question is study your major scale and study ear training. And really those two things are the biggest thing. You don't have to learn how to read music. That'll come later. Really ear training is the biggest thing, in my opinion. Because that's what they look for. They look for if you have a good ear, if you have good finger tone. And the rest will be molded.
I'm scared of this next question. Mark F. Lewis asks
Oh, this is a perfect segue.
me, Bethany, would you please explain
You can't even say the question, let
I
alone
have
explain
like a
it.
stutter. Okay. Sorry, I'm not making fun of people with stutters. Okay, edit
What did
that
he
out.
say?
All right, Bethany, would you please explain modes? It will be too complicated if Tyler does it. But perhaps if you do, it will help the hashtag mode challenged.
Explain the modes.
Okay, I have an idea. Let's have you explain it first, and then I will summarize.
Okay. There are modes which make up scales. Each position of a scale is a mode. Each mode is a different color depending on the harmony behind it. For example, the major scale contains 7 modes. 7 notes, 7 modes.
Are notes modes?
Notes are not modes. However, a scale contains notes, and each starting point of a scale is a different note, thus modes.
Okay, so it sounds
I'm purposely
like,
trying to make this sound confusing, by the way.
It sounds like what you're saying is that there are scales. So if you know your scales, then next you learn modes because the modes are within the scales.
In a manner of speaking.
That's all I got for you, Mark.
Just learn Lydian.
Just learn the Lydian mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Just learn
Everything
that one.
else is obsolete.
Yeah, I don't know much about scales or modes.
Hashtag terrible analysis.
It sounds like mathematical, kind of.
It is a little bit, if you want to think about it that way.
It's kind of like language.
It is exactly like language. It's like each sentence contains words, and those words are made up of letters.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Right.
like that.
So where do you start? Do you start with the modes or the scales?
You start with a mode of a scale. Modes are sweet, but you don't have to know what they are to be a great guitar player. Aid! This guy's
Oh.
name is all capital A and then ID at the end.
How many times would you each estimate you have said the word omelet in your lives?
Talk about going from nerd central to complete fun guy
I've said it at least
question.
once because I just said it.
Right.
Although I like the alternate spelling of omelet. He used O-M-E-L-E-T, but I personally like to use O-M-E-L-E-T-T-E because I think it's a little fancier.
Omelette.
Yeah, it's a little more French. know?
Merci. Una
Oh, so I've said it
omelette.
twice right now,
Fromage.
and I order omelets all the time. Plus, I
Omelette
just said
du
it again.
fromage.
So it's 3 plus how many times I've said it before? I'd say probably 50.
Yeah, I was going to say under 100 times in my life. I don't really eat omelets that much.
I love omelets.
It's a little too much work.
They're so good.
Because when you mess it up, that stinks. I don't like making things that I could
How
potentially
are
mess up.
vegans?
Don't ask me.
That should be another question.
That is a question that will never be answered by me.
You should like omelets, Tyler.
No, I do like
some
them.
bacon in it.
I'm just bored. And they're not quite crunchy enough for me.
Yeah,
I like
Tyler's
to have
really weird.
crunchy like toast and bacon, and the bacon gets all soft in there. Not quite for me. All right, Exo Viper asks, what do you love? Oh, this is a question for you.
Oh,
Bethany,
yay.
what do you love that your husband does for you? So many choices. I'll give you a second to decide.
Okay. Yeah, you do a lot of things for me.
Ooh,
Ew. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
weird.
Okay, this is a really silly one, but it's very practical. Tyler, every Thursday is trash day. And
That
we-
reminds me, we got to take that out tomorrow.
I know. And we have a big driveway, and it's a steep driveway. And every Thursday, Tyler wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, trash day. And it's super early in the morning, and we have to get it out there before 9:30. And every Thursday, he takes all the trash and rolls it on down and the recycling every Thursday. I only had to do it once when he was out of town.
You've only done it when I'm out of town. That is funny.
So that's probably
Well, I
one
mean,
of the main things.
that's okay. So I'm the trash man. That's what she loves about me.
Ooh, I know another thing,
What?
which I put this on my Instagram story all the time. Tyler, every morning, it's basically morning things. I'm so lazy. I'm still in bed. Tyler, every morning, Tyler makes me coffee and brings it to me while I'm still in bed. So
What a guy,
I know I pretty much feel like a queen.
man. I'm awesome.
Living the life here.
Great job by me. Let's move along now before this gets too
I know.
sentimental.
Gosh, I could go on forever.
Diego Perez. He says, who do you think is the next guitar hero of this generation? Who's the next EVH or Hendrix?
Tyler Larson.
Yeah, that's a freaking easy yes. Easiest question I've ever gotten. Seriously, there's no such thing as guitar heroes in that sense. There's never going to be a Hendrix or a Van Halen ever again. Do you know why? Because internet. We can see what our favorite guitar heroes now eat for breakfast, and there's just way too much in-your-face stuff. Way too much access.
There's not enough mystery.
Right, exactly. There's not enough, there's no veil. It's all out there in the open, so that completely diminishes any sort of, legend that could develop for a guitar player. Like, imagine if you never could really see Guthrie Govan or Steve Vai or John Petrucci. You just hear stories about them, and then maybe you catch, like, a live broadcast of them or something like that. But the point is, you never really see them in person. Imagine how much more legendary and guitar hero-like they would be than they already are. So, I don't think there's ever going to be a guitar hero like Van Halen or Hendrix.
That is kind of a depressing answer.
I don't think it's depressing.
It's kind of a
I don't-
little
I mean, who ca-
melancholy.
I think you can look at it that way, or you can look at it like,
I could
there's
be
so
the
much
next
more-
guitar hero.
but I mean, I don't even, like, what does that mean? Like,
I don't know.
meh.
Do you think Steve Vai or Joe Satriani is a guitar hero?
Yeah,
Okay, well, they're kind of,
but not
New.
the same as Hendrix or Van Halen.
Do you think Hendrix and Van Halen are just the way they are because they're in the past? Like, will Joe Satriani and Steve Vai in 50 years be
Well, they're
at
also
that level?
they're also pop kind of limelight dudes.
Right. There's no, like, rock stars nowadays.
Well, there are. It's just the climate of pop culture has shifted drastically downward as far as music quality is concerned. So
Except for Kesha's music.
right, exactly. That's the one exception. So yeah. With that said,
We could stay on this
there'll
topic
be
forever.
Guitar heroes for me, like that I personally have, but in the sense of the Hendrix Guitar Hero, that is no more. Unless like the internet goes out, like Y2K style, then maybe.
The Big Bison
Like that name, buddy.
says, "Hey Tyler, huge fan. I was wondering your thoughts. The options of doing either music college, Berkeley, winky face.
Spelled it
Or-
wrong.
Yeah, it's 2 E's at the end. Or getting into a normal college and playing music at clubs and stuff like that, and having that normal college degree to fall back on. Anyway, keep up the great work."
Well, here's my somewhat fiery take.
Ooh, uh-oh. Watch out, people.
You just said normal college. Do you want to be normal?
Ooh.
Do you want to be average?
Mmm.
Is that what you want? Then go to normal college.
Whoa.
You want to go to music college and be a rock star.
This is a deep A.
That's still not how it happens. Music college doesn't make you a rock star. Normal college doesn't make you normal. But you can, if you're thinking about it like that, then you'll have this like in the back of your head, you'll have this perception of, oh, I'm at normal college. So, it's like, come on.
So you're saying if you think you'll regret it, then go to a music college.
Right.
If
Do
you
it.
think you'll-
Like, who wants I've never been
I don't know.
a plan or like fall back on guy.
As a realist, which I'm not really a realist, but anyways, as a realist, wouldn't you say, Tyler, that he's got a point in if you're not gonna have a stable career in music, maybe a degree in business at a normal college would be better.
Sure, I'm not discounting that.
Because it's really
Because-
hard to be a musician.
Yeah, but it's also really fun.
Yeah, but he could get a degree in something that will help him make money while having fun playing
Look,
at
all
gigs and stuff.
all I know is that, especially in the formative years of your life, I don't know how old this person is, but in the earlier stages of your life, if you're gonna spend that doing something that is a fallback plan, then your life isn't going to be, most likely your life will turn out differently than you hope. And that's not to say it's going to be negatively impacted or whatever.
So you're
but-
saying go for it, man.
Go for it. Go for it.
Wow.
You can do it. Didn't you hear our New Year's podcast?
Yeah, you're so motivational.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Do it.
But if you do it well. What did you say?
Go all in. You know what one of my favorite quotes is about poker? All in. The move all in. Pushing all your chips into the table. It works every time. But once.
Oh my gosh, you know how many times I've heard him say this. Yep.
And I don't know how that really applies, but do it. Go for it. You can
Wow.
do this. I believe in you.
We need some
Big Bison.
motivational music so we can add it in with this pep talk.
That's a perfect segue to talk about the sponsor of our show, AudioBlocks. Guess what?
What?
They're giving you the triple bundle.
No way.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. It is a that was like a Mario theme that ended differently. It's the triple bundle. Storyblocks is the company that we're talking about here. AudioBlocks is the sub company, the audio version. So audio, video, and high resolution images. This very special bundle, a triple bundle, if you will, is available for you. Just $149. All you have to do is go to audioblocks.com/musiciswin.
AUDIOBLOCKS.com/musiciswin.
Did it look like I was saying? Yeah, so check that out. We don't have a real crazy like video audio example this week just because
We don't?
it's Q&A time. I spent a lot of time on
Aw.
the questions.
I always look forward to those.
I know. So let me know if you guys missed that this week or if you don't even care.
Oh, they're going to miss it. Let me
Well,
tell you.
I will say that in the videos I have coming up, I've been using audio blocks and video blocks very extensively. I've really been getting into editing, like really trying to up my game. And that royalty-free content has been really helpful. Don't have to worry about anything like that.
If you're looking to have quality video, sound, imagery, all that, go check them out.
That's audioblocks.com/musiciswin. Now let's move along.
Like Mike Syke says, do you sniff your guitars? I know I do.
Smells like wood. That's what she said.
Ew.
For those of you listening to the podcast, I was just smelling my guitar. And I can't say that I do that on the normal, on the regular.
This is a safe place, Tyler. You can confess.
I can talk
if
about
you
my
need
strange fetishes of guitar addiction.
Yes. We can be your counselor.
I do sniff. I don't go out of my way to do this, but every time I open a guitar case, I make a point to smell it. Have you ever smelled the inside of a guitar case? It's sort of like new car smell. Mm-hmm. It has a strange aroma to it that's very pleasant.
Mm-hmm. What else do
Guitar
you smell?
players know what I'm talking about.
Anything else?
Guitar related, no. That's about it. Guitar cases. Anyways, moving along. Kai Burns says, how do you fix guitar sloppiness and make your playing a little cleaner?
Wait, I think I know the answer.
What?
I mean, the A.
What's the A?
I think it is to play slower.
That's a good tip. If you're sloppy, slow down.
What
it's
else?
Pretty simple. Yeah, just practice more. I mean, I get a lot of questions that are sort of like this where people are looking for a secret trick to play guitar like a master.
Is there a best way to practice?
Consistently.
So practice
Whatever
every
you want to
day,
get
slowly.
good at, do that thing all the time, and you will get good at it. You've been walking for a really long time, right? Like you start walking when you're a little kid. Now you can walk with ease. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, but
It's the same thing.
But I think he's asking specifically for sloppiness.
I suppose you would want to create a practice routine, which I have a video on my YouTube channel called How to Create a Guitar Practice Routine. Follow those instructions and be consistent.
Sounds good. Sam Beeson says, how do you approach resolving tension in a solo when playing chromatic lines?
Ah, interesting.
Is it like resolving tension in a marriage? Would you say? Yeah?
You could make the comparison.
Okay.
I have a video on my YouTube channel called Tension something. Just type in Tension, Music is Win, and you'll find it. But the quick and dirty answer is to resolve on chord tones. So when you're playing these chromatic lines, usually they will happen over various chords, but when you hit kind of the climactic note or the exclamation point on your statement, your melodic statement, make sure you're ending on a note that is appropriate and don't end on a bad note. How do you approach resolving tension when playing chromatic lines in particular? I would say, it doesn't matter, chromatic or whatever, diminished, augmented, any kind of weird stuff that's happening. You can essentially focus on the melodic rhythm, which means placing these odd notes in very quick passages, essentially, and kind of being tactful the way you construct your phrase and ending, like I said, starting and ending in an appropriate place that makes the listener go, oh, that was sweet. And all of that is expanded on in the video that I mentioned.
All right. I kind of fell asleep there.
You're welcome.
I didn't really understand anything that you said, but hopefully Sam Beeson did.
Yeah.
So Brendan Gordon says, your video of you in the guitar store is funny.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't.
No, I
realize
just
that
wanted to
wasn't a
put that
question.
in because it was funny. I ask for your questions and I get a compliment. And you guys are the best. Seriously.
But which video of you in a guitar store?
I was going to ask you, which one do you think he's talking
There's
about?
a million.
Which one do you think he meant? Because this was this wasn't posted on a
Well,
video.
he
This
said
is
a video of you, so maybe I'm not in it. And it's a funny one, not like you playing a guitar. So maybe the one where you're playing Stairway to Heaven and getting kicked out.
But he said in the guitar store.
Right. It's,
So do you
it's
think
only in...
No, it's in multiple. That one's in many guitar
oh,
stores.
you're right. Oh. Maybe he forgot the S. Store.
Yeah, it is kind of have some interesting spacing to the comment itself.
Yeah, there's like 3 spaces between each word.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think he's talking about the one where you end up
Dying?
dying of boredom
Oh, yeah.
when I go to Guitar Center.
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't really happen. Usually I just play on
Usually
my
she
phone.
just doesn't go.
Yeah, or
Actually.
I just play on my phone and I'm fine. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Jacob Isaac asks, question this time. How many waffles have you eaten in the past 27 days?
I can say for 100% confident that I've eaten zero waffles.
Sad. You don't even like waffles, though.
I did have an opportunity. When was that?
You had an opportunity to
I had
eat
an
a waffle?
opportunity to eat a waffle. It was a hotel buffet. I remember I saw kids making them. Where was that?
Canada?
It must have been Canada.
Oh my gosh, I love waffles and pancakes and everything sweet, but I don't eat it ever. So
You
sad.
make weird pancakes sometimes.
Yeah, I make healthy pancakes, which they don't taste anything like it. But if you want a healthy
It's how
pancake,
you keep that mermaid
smash
body.
smash a banana, add a little milk, almond milk, or not non-dairy, and an egg. Yum.
That sounds awful.
Some oats, maybe.
Oh, I didn't think I could get worse.
I know. I would kill for a real waffle.
Belgian waffle.
Yes.
The big giant squares.
I'm getting
syrup.
to I could talk about this for a long time. Okay.
Thomas
Holtz.
Holtz.
Jinx.
What does he say?
This is to Bethany. Oh, so many questions for me. How did Tyler pop the question?
How did I do that? Short version.
Okay, so, let me just...
That's not how short versions start.
Okay, so I was in college, and I had just gotten done with class. And I was coming home from class, and I was driving home to my apartment that I had at the time. And Tyler was supposed to meet me there so we could ride together to go have lunch with my parents who were in town. So I go there to meet him, and we're in a rush because we're late. And so I walk to my door, and I notice that there's a sign on the door. And what did the sign on the door say, Tyler?
I think it said, "Hello, Bethany."
Yeah, it just said, "Hello, Bethany." And I was like, why is there a sign on the door in Tyler's handwriting? And so
Which is perfect penmanship, by the way.
So then I walk in, and hanging from the ceiling are about 50 notes. And they all have a little paragraph written on them. And I was like, what in the world? And I was like, is it our, monthly anniversary or something? I was like, what is going on? And so I went through all the notes, and each note said something really, really sweet about me. And by the last note, I was crying, and I was like, what is going on? And then the notes all were in a trail, so I had to follow them. And the last note led me up to my bedroom. And I didn't even know Tyler was there. Tyler was in my bedroom. I guess he broke into my apartment. And he was there, and he read the last note that he had, and it was really cute. And the end of it asked me to marry him. And
She said yes.
I said yes, but it took
Believe it or not.
It took me a minute because I was so shocked because we had only been together 6 months, y'all. 6 months. So I was like, I couldn't comprehend what was happening because I was so in shock. I don't think I've ever been more surprised in my life. And I was like, what? I think that's what I said back when he asked me. I was like, huh? And he's like, I just asked you to marry me. And then I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And it was really,
And
really
now
sweet.
our 5-year anniversary is this year.
And we've been together like 6.5
Right.
ish.
That was a
years.
great story.
Yeah, and then afterwards we went to have lunch with my parents, but it turned out to be my parents and his parents and our whole entire family, and they all knew about it because Tyler had called my dad and asked him, and they all knew, and they were all talking about like, when's the wedding? When are you gonna have babies? And I was freaking out, and I was like, what is going on? And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
and I saved all of the notes, and I still have them. So if you guys, want me to read a few.
Yeah. If you end up proposing to your girlfriend or boyfriend,
You can steal some ideas.
you can share. You can take that
Yeah,
idea.
comment if you want me to read some of the notes.
No, they don't want to hear that.
They might.
All right. Romaine says, how many times did you get arrested for playing Stairway to Heaven? 6.
You've been arrested.
6 times
It's over.
for playing Stairway to Heaven in a guitar store.
I don't
So
know.
there are still comments, I guess, from younger people. Who are like, I don't get this joke.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Woo, woo, woo. If, that's the movie you want to watch to
That
get the Stairway
generation
to
just
Heaven.
doesn't quite know
Doesn't
about
quite.
that.
I mean, if you've never seen Wayne's World, I wish I was you so I could enjoy it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing, hilarious movie. Next, we have Butter Puppy.
Butter Puppy.
I like that name. They ask, I am pretty sure that you have a lot of favorite guitarists that you like, but do you have any favorite bassists, drummers, or any other types of musicians do you like, respect as well, other than guitar players? This is a fun question. I definitely do.
Vocalists, too, I would say.
Yeah. I would say, well, my favorite vocalist of all time was Chris Cornell, rest in peace. And
We love the Incubus guy.
Incubus, yeah, Brandon Boyd is amazing vocalist and lyricist. Drummers, I really like Steve Jordan. Who else? Who else do
Any
I like?
bassists slapping the
No,
bass guys?
I hate bass players.
You
Adam
are.
Neely. Shout out to Adam Neely. He's an awesome bass player. Pino Palladino. Victor Wooten. I met Victor Wooten at NAMM.
Oh,
on
that's right.
Summer NAMM, remember?
I do remember. I took a
And,
picture of you guys.
Jordan Rudess, keyboard player. He's awesome. And
That's a solid list.
nice little handful. That would make an awesome band. Matt Does Things is going to be our last question of the podcast.
No, say it ain't so.
At what point in your guitar journey should you start buying new guitars?
All points.
All points, every moment, every waking moment, buy a new one. Because really it's all about guitars and owning as many as you can,
If you can.
if you can.
If you have the
No, the serious answer.
monetary.
Serious answer is a new guitar does not necessarily make you play better unless you're playing a plank of wood otherwise. But it can have the effect of making you want to practice more because you enjoy
It's
playing
like
it.
new workout clothes.
Exactly like new workout clothes. Or
And
any
makeup
other
brushes.
thing. Any other, yeah.
Just kidding. It's
Never
not like
thought
makeup
makeup
brushes at
brushes would
all.
come up twice on a music
That was a joke.
podcast.
It's nothing like makeup brushes.
Yeah, there's no right answer to that. Don't buy a guitar because you're in a rut. That's for sure. But do reward yourself for hard work.
That's a good idea. Like if you learn whatever your goal was to learn, then reward yourself with a new guitar.
Simple as that.
I like that.
So that is going to do it for the special Q&A edition. We'll probably do another one of these next month. So be on the lookout on our Twitter pages or on YouTube in the little community tab there. And thanks for watching. Thanks for sending in your questions. Bethany?
It's always fun adding some cues.
Yeah, I love A and Q's. Till next time, guys. Keep shredding.